Let's pivot now to one of the key battleground states to watch. That's Pennsylvania. We're joined live by Mike Mickes, Democratic strategist, who's joining us from Erie, Pennsylvania. Mike, good to see you. I mean, listen, this is the biggest prize on the map. We know that both candidates and their running mates spent a lot of time in Pennsylvania, visiting 16 times over the course of the last 2 weeks. Tell me about what you're watching for tonight for Team Harris and the significance of the get out the vote, the ground game for her team there on the ground.
Well, the most important area of Pennsylvania is the city of Philadelphia. It's got the largest concentration of Democratic voters. Joe Biden won it by, I believe, it was about 450 to 475,000 votes. So what we're going to need as Democrats is a huge advantage coming out of the city of Philadelphia. But you have to look across the city. You've got across the state. You have Philadelphia. You've got Pittsburgh. But then you've got important smaller counties, places like Erie, Pennsylvania, where I am right now. You have Cumberland County, which is in suburban Harrisburg, which is a traditionally Republican county, but there's a very good possibility that the Democrats could flip it this time.
And, is it as simply as saying, vote for Kamala Harris because she's not Donald Trump? Is that as simple as it is as a pitch to people who might be potentially sitting on the fence here in Pennsylvania?
I think it's more of that type of language is more of a motivator for Democrats, hardcore Democrats, getting them to turn out. But swing voters, we're looking for solutions. And I think Kamala Harris gave a lot of the solutions, whether it's addressing inflation, whether it's manufacturing or healthcare costs. That's what matters most to the people here in Pennsylvania.
You're in Erie, Mike. I know it's a bit of a bellwether county, often predicting who's going to be the next president. So as you're working with your Democratic team there on the ground, what's your message at the door and what are you hearing? How are you turning those voters who might have not known up until today who they were going to cast a ballot for?
The biggest thing was making the case that there is a difference between the two candidates. At this stage of a campaign, late in the campaign, primarily the people that are undecided are the ones that pay less attention. They're not as well versed on the issues. So talking about the differences, that Kamala Harris would stand up and protect the right of a woman to have an abortion, whether it was protecting the Affordable Care Act and making health care more affordable for people, compared to Donald Trump, who just wants to give tax cuts to billionaires and wants to get rid of Obamacare. So I think the biggest thing at the doors is making sure that voters understand what's at stake and where each candidate stands on the issues.
Mike, you know what's at stake. How are you feeling? Are you feeling confident that Kamala Harris is going to get Pennsylvania? Can you feel confident tonight?
I feel confident, but, I always think back to 2016 when we thought we had it in the bag. I do feel very good. Turnout was supposedly very high in Philadelphia and in a lot of the other Democratic strongholds around the state of Pennsylvania. I believe Kamala is going to win. It's Pennsylvania, so it's going to be close. We're used to that, but I'm hoping before we go to bed tonight, we'll know who won.
And we'll see 13% reporting as of right now. Kamala Harris leading 68% to Trump's 31%. But again, super, super early. Mike, thank you so much. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.